Japan is a high-context, collectivist culture, as identified by researchers like Hall and Hofstede. Here, communication is often indirect, relying heavily on shared understanding. Silence isn't an absence of communication, it's a tool for reflection and showing respect. This collective pursuit of yobue, or group harmony, is paramount. It means prioritizing the team's well-being over individual expression. Furthermore, a high score in uncertainty avoidance means Japanese professionals deeply value structure, meticulous preparation, and clear established processes. They seek to minimize ambiguity to ensure smooth, predictable collaboration. In this environment, Vroom's expectancy theory and equity theory offer powerful insights. Effort is directly linked to performance and reward, but only when the processes are perceived as fair and predictable. For instance, setting clear, achievable key performance indicators or KPIs directly reinforces the belief that hard work will be recognized. Motivation is fundamentally group-oriented, often tied to seniority or collective achievements rather than individual stardom. Leaders cultivate this by using humility and providing indirect constructive feedback to sustain trust and maintain harmony within the team. While cultural diversity is a catalyst for innovation, it can also be a source of misunderstanding. As Hall noted, low-context communicators who favor direct and explicit language may misinterpret the subtle, indirect messages of their high-context colleagues, viewing them as unclear or evasive. For example, a direct statement like, "This isn't working," might be perceived as confrontational, whereas a high-context professional might prefer to say, "Perhaps we can review the initial plan." This tension is also highlighted by Trompenars, who shows the conflict between universalist cultures that apply rules to everyone, and particularist cultures that prioritize relationships and context when making decisions. Ethnocentrism and simple differences in tone can quickly escalate into conflict if not managed with awareness. The Globe Project provides a map for navigating these differences, revealing that different cultural clusters expect distinct leadership styles. For example, Anglo cultures like the US and UK tend to favor charismatic, team-oriented leaders. In contrast, many Asian cultures prefer leaders who are humble, protective, and paternalistic, guiding the team like a family. Meanwhile, some African clusters place a high value on humane orientation, where leaders are expected to be generous and compassionate. A leader's success, therefore, depends on their cultural intelligence, the ability to adapt their style to motivate diverse teams effectively. To navigate this complexity, a simple three-step framework is invaluable. Prepare, clarify, and confirm. First, prepare by researching the cultural norms of your colleagues. Second, clarify by asking open-ended questions to ensure you understand their perspective, avoiding assumptions. And third, confirm by summarizing shared decisions and next steps. Our own group applied these principles in our collaboration. Using WhatsApp, we shared tasks equally, always respecting each time management schedule and cultural differences in communication. We practiced clarity, respect, and adaptability. Universal principles that reflect theory-wide values of trust and participation. This hands-on experience deepened our practical understanding of cross-cultural motivation. So, what are our key takeaways? First, context is key. Understanding whether a culture is high context or low context is fundamental. Second, clarity builds trust. This doesn't always mean being direct, it means ensuring mutual understanding. Finally, cultural intelligence drives success. The ability to adapt your leadership and communication style is no longer a soft skill, it's a core competency. Ultimately, effective communication is so much more than words. It's about understanding context, respecting culture, and fostering true collaboration. By consciously working to turn potential misunderstanding into active cooperation, we can move from simple translation to genuine transformation in our global teams. As part of our process, each member of our group shared a key insight from their home country, which we then used to clarify and strengthen the core points of our presentation. Now, we would be happy to open the floor for any questions you may have.